24 hours, I need more.
Hi, I'm gonna explain limits. Limits, it's the value of my f of x as my x approaches to a number. So in here it's limit of f of x as my x approaches to 1. The value has to be exactly the same from the left and from the right. And how do you know when it's from the left and from the right? So when you have a negative sign after the number, it's from the left, and when you have a positive sign after the number, it's from the right. There are 5 steps to know what to do. The first step is, does my limit says from the left or from the right? And if it does, you substitute the value if it's from the left or from the right. The second step is my limit approaches to negative infinite or infinite? If yes, you divide it by the greatest power, and the greatest power is the biggest exponent of the x. Then, can you factor or cancel? If you do, you do it, and then you substitute the value of the limit. If you have a root, you have to multiply times the conjugate, then simplify, cancel, and finally substitute with the value of the limit. And the last step is, if nothing works, you place values from, like you do the chart, and if it's undefined, you do values from the left and from the right.
Okay, so we're going to find our limits algebraically, and this is our problem, the limit of x approaching to negative 3 with the equation of 2x to the power of 3 minus 4x to the power of 2 minus 30x over 3x plus 9. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to find it with the graph. This is the graph, and I graphed it with Matley. So the first thing you need to do is go into the x-axis and find your negative 3, which is here. So now that you know that in the x-axis you have your negative 3, you go and look to the y-axis, and you need to know which number approaches from the right and from the left. And you know here is positive 16, so this will be equal to 16, all this. Another way you can solve this problem is by basically simplifying your equation. So you would have limit of x approaching negative 3, and then you put your equation that it's 2x to the power of 3 minus 4x to the power of 2 minus 30x over 3x plus 9. So you're going to simplify by taking out here the 2x, and in the bottom a 3, that is the common factor. So you have limit of x approaching to negative 3, and always remember to put the limit, and then you will take out the 2x, and it will give you x squared minus 2x minus 50 over 3 x plus 3. Okay, now that you have this equation, you know this can simplify even further, finding the factors of negative 15. So multiplied, it would be negative 5 times 3, and if you add them, it will give you the value of the middle, so you know this is correct. So the limit of x approaching negative 3, and you have your 2x, and x minus 5, x plus 3 over 3x plus 3. So these you can cross out and eliminate the x plus 3 from the bottom and the top, and you have limit of x approaching to negative 3, and here you would do distributive property, which gives you 2x squared minus 10x over 3. Now that you have your simplified equation, you can plug in your x value, which is negative 3. So limit as x approaches to negative 3, 2 times negative 3 to the power of 2 minus 10 times negative 3 over 3. So this would give you positive 9 times 2 is 18, and then this would give you negative 10 times negative 3 plus 30. So 18 times 30 plus 30 is 48 over 3, and you know that your limit as the x approaches to negative 3 of the function will be equal to 16. which is your final answer, the same as here.
The next topic is finding the equation of the tangent line. So, first you have to find the derivative of f of x, which is f prime of x. Then, you have to find the slope of the tangent line at x equals c by m equals the derivative of c. Then, you have to find the coordinates of the point of the tangency by substituting in the original function of x and y. And then you're gonna find the equation y equals mx plus b. And in the fifth step, you're gonna write the equation, but you're gonna leave y and x the same. You're just substituting m and b. In derivatives, there's a rule called the chain rule, which its formula is y prime equals n times u, and the exponent is n minus 1 and u prime.
Okay, so the problem is f of x is equal to x over 2 plus 1 to the power of 4 at x equals 2. The first thing you need to do is replace your x in the function to get the y value, which is equal to 16. Then you would make f prime and substitute the 2 to find your m. So it's f of x prime is equal to 4x over 2 plus 1 to the power of 3 times u prime. Here we are using the chain rule. Now we're going to simplify our equation in order to plug in our value of x. The prime function would be equal to 2 times x over 2 plus 1 cubed. Now we're going to substitute the 2 in the f prime. This would give you 16 as the value of m.
And then y equals mx plus b. It's 16 equals 16 times square plus b. And then you get 16 equals 32 plus b, and b equals negative 16.
Now you substitute in your final equation, which is y equals 16x minus 16. And this would be your final equation.
But now it's all good, babe. Roll that backward, babe, and play me close. 'Cause girls like you run around with guys like me till sundown when I come.